There are other people who have to work on Christmas Day, and we have met them, and they is us.
We get that. If I can get a photographer, we'll get it and get it done today.
You want to do it some morning at 8 o'clock?
Yeah, right.
How many?
These are your notes?
That's Doremus. This is mine down to here. The guy's attorney is Longkirk. He's really colorful.
Well, we don't understand that have that bankrupt.
Yeah. 13 had it.
And that it was pretty bad when it was mutual aid. So I sent them out there to, you know, to get it. The firemen are still on the scene of mutual aid.
What about this dog in the river?
That's John Hart. He's got that. And they have to send some kind of a fire apparatus down there, snorkel, to get the dog out. It looks like it's pretty good footage. He's having trouble with his camera, though. Snorkel a pup.
Snorkel a
Put that down.
Definitely not doing anything newsworthy.
Hey, you're wasting film, Delma.
Okay, it might be easier if you went down 15 and then cut over to your right off of 15 down to East River Road, because it is in the town of Rush, or village of Rush.
Okay. And, well, the kids are going to be involved in a discussional group on sexuality.
Maybe they'll come up with somebody else.
We've already got one. Here's what I've arranged to put the system together.
This part of it, Ken.
How many classes is that today, John?
You're never one. You're always one or the other.
If you're sick. If you're sick.
You can be partially clapped up, however.
But,
Will parties please note their appearances?
You don't have any sort of information on this, like in the
Yeah, I think the press release went out at the time we filed.
Retired social studies teacher. And I literally people have gone up 1 year, 13.8%, according to the economic unit.
However, I know we had an opportunity to review this material.
Caring to the people, social justice, sharing, and patriotism. Thank you very much.
Budget preparation, and they've made it clear that this year will be tougher than the rest.
Is that it?
when he first starts talking there and out at the people are having a hard time to survive.
At the end, is this?
No, this is in the middle.
All right,
there.
let's hurry up and cut.
How long is that? I need to know.
Yes, it's still waiting for tape. Susan Dwyer?
Next, a proposal was introduced to include street lighting in the rate case. The hearing continues throughout the day at City Hall. Susan Dwyer, TV 10 News.
But Martin Luther King insists he's innocent. In a Who's Who exclusive, James Earl Ray tells his version of what happened tonight at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Can you call the newsroom and see where the...
Tonight at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Can you call the newsroom and see where the...
Company officials are being cross-examined by public service staff members and opponents of the increase at City Hall. Susan Dwyer has a report.
And the chronically ill. Clinics for the general population
get a certain test called the scratch test prior to being immunized. Everyone else should be immunized.
The 6 is back in 171, the newsroom, 171.
Now you don't see this on the floor, and that's, ouch.
I'm waiting just 10 minutes. That's right.
And you want to what?
Monroe County, the first one had to be canceled.
The scheduling of the clinics in the private sector until we can get a little...
We got this one all knocked up and we're on our way in. We're out here in Adams Basin. Is there anything you'd like for us to do?
Even more of a location, all right?
I was out here this morning. I thought you were going to be here at 9:30.
Yeah, well, he was supposed to call me this morning and let me know what the arrangement was because he had to get, again, clearance for us to be out here in the first place.
Well, we'll get it cleared up.
Yeah.
We're on the 50 special on windows.
Huh?
Delman. Yeah.
Right.
You do it himself.
Oh, I'm begging your pardon. I just went in there and dry cleaned the guy. This is all national news, Terry. When would you like for me to put this on the air?
6 o'clock leave.
You'll only know, all right.
We have a guy.
Well, might as well try. Here, but union meeting, but they deny it's any kind of a strike situation. They take like 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Okay.
That's all. In-camera edit.
In-camera edit? One shot?
No, get the cars going in and stuff.
Exterior on Commercial Street and also show them going into the Union Hall.
I'm going to blend the two of these to avoid...
Well, if I can shoot it all ENG, I don't know where if the unit's back yet.
I got you. ENG. Down Union, I'm going to hold open a minute or 45 seconds.
All right, max.
45. Okay. All right.
That's right.
Joyce. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right, now just
No. It's not that critical, but the problems you have to go out if you want to go out here in this row here. There's a lot down here, but that's not nasty to get down to. But over in here we have a lot of this variety. Although the variety's been harvested, we had so much blight that we try to avoid that as long as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all set, John?
Yeah. Now have you got the money? Maybe put 2 or 3 in a pile of bacon, huh? These things make the best pies. Okay? Light or no light? Long shot.
All right.
You have to wait for me to get ahead of you.
Oh, you're going to be ahead.
That, folks?
Yeah.
Now, does this affect all?
Not all varieties, but some varieties are fairly resistant, but most varieties are highly susceptible.
Maybe we ought to take one of these apples off and compare it to one of the healthy ones. What do you think
Okay,
about that?
now let me see. Susie, can you pick? No, I'm thinking of this one here. That one.
This one?
So, yeah, so pick one of those things off.
Well, this one looks nice and red. Let's pick it. You
Which
want one of
which
these?
one are you going to show? Oh, you're going to pick them and show me.
I don't know. However you want to do it. You want me to pick one of these?
Yeah.
This would be a better example of one in here. Now, let's see. Let me try to get a withered one with that cut off.
What about this one at the very end down here?
All right, listen to more of this. Okay, now drop the good one.
Pineapple, John.
Suppose you wonder where my microphone is gone, don't you?
Where's it gone?
I don't know. I guess we have to retrace our steps. Turn that camera off, John.
Well, the implications are very devastating to many of our orchards. We could actually have trees killed by this disease, and it can reduce the production potential very significantly. In some orchards, I've seen it reduce the production potential.
No, that'll be no for the 11th.
All right, so
You'll have them voting
This is
voiceover.
the status quo. This is in progress.
Right.
Basically.
Taking the rally onto the end. No, it's going to be fairly complicated because there's a whole new sound bites going there.
Well, we might have to get, see, Meg is still out in nowhere land with John and Jim.
Find out from them if you can where that tape is, and we'll have somebody else
Right up
edit it.
here. I see if John Hart might be.
Okay.
You can, the tape, I think, is right.
Well, that's 4-11.
All right. Have we got any coverage of the village election stuff
30
coming up
seconds
for
voiced
tonight?
over, that's
No,
all,
any
and the
promo?
calls have been made. Calls have been made.
This shot runs out before I get the point of view, so I get on there, put it in the camera roller.
Point, just to give you a little lifter before the first commercial. Telephone charges, okay.
Then commercial, right?
Then your commercial. That gives you a long segment.
I think we ought to put it up high. Nobody else is going to have that stuff.
All right, put that there. Now,
This snorkel, pup.
No. I thought that was 30 seconds.
They wanted a cart, 40 seconds.
Oh, 40. Okay.
This is the child.
Here's the story.
Lead off with Jimmy Carter. Now we're going to come down to the story on the new unemployment statistics for New York State.
Okay, now the difficulty is I can still slot that per minute despite the fact we have problems with the tape.
I think so.
Okay, character generator slides to replace whatever footage you lost.
We should be having a lot of statistics on that thing, huh? Then we go to the first commercial, and then we'll come out of that, go into the swine flu piece, which is ENG, and we'll run.
It's in the can now, isn't it?
It's in the can. Should run about a minute and a half, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Now listen, I might have a little bit of a timing problem. If I've got too much material, can I hold computerized traffic for 11?
We can hold that for 11.
Production potential as much as 75%. And I've seen many orchards, young orchards, that have been completely destroyed by fire blight.
What would you say the impact has been in 1976 on the food stuff?
That makes sense. And we'll talk about an hourly rate if we do some other stuff with you later on.
Jimmy Carter talked about down in Buffalo, local unemployment.
I'll bring it right up. I was going in 5 minutes.
All right.
Rochester Tel President James Henderson says he'd support customer ownership and customer liability for maintenance. Henderson wouldn't talk on the record with TV10, but he did permit us to shoot silent film. Regardless of the future cost, fuck!
He's the guy now who is suing both the chief of police and the city.
Yes. Who determines who gets this award? Obviously not Chief Hastings.
I don't know. But look into it. In any event, I think the question with the chief and with the sergeant.
Regardless of the future course, it's going to cost the customer more. David Nolan, TV10 News, reporting. Time?
5:15. 23.
Okay.
Why, Alma? You don't know of any older doctors, do you? I'm looking for one who may have practiced around 1918 when we had that swine flu epidemic.
Snorkel away. Just any problems today? No. Let's see your sign is up there.
Where did they come from?
You know where that.
That's how it got its name, fire blight. The blight has caused serious problems for fruit growers in area counties this year. It's a bacteria transmitted by insects, and in rainy years, it spreads more quickly. Cornell University's regional fruit specialist, Richard Norton, predicts dire consequences if the conditions worsen.
That last one was 20 seconds.
Okay.
The apple market isn't the first fruit hit by fire blight. Most of the pears now sold in New York are grown on the West Coast. Lynn Dwyer, TV10 News, Brockport.
31.
I think I better do it again because I blew antibiotics. The apple market isn't the first fruit hit by fire blight. Most of the pears now sold.
What an entrance, geez.
I don't think that this thing is right off the top.
Walk up to the tree and say,
The symptoms would have...
The symptoms, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Right?
Right.
Hey, Jack. Yeah. It's our meeting time.
Yeah, but I have to leave at about 8 o'clock. I won't be able to... Him, he's a dope anyway. Just cut him out. We're going to bring him to 28.
Lovato got his piece in here already. We haven't done his 6 yet.
He says the day of the disposable phone is coming. We'd use our phones until they wore out, like a toaster or a television set.
What is this?
That's one and two. I've got the film sheet here.
Look at your lineup sheet first, Warren.
Hand me the film order sheet, will you, Dave, please?
That's sheet you're talking about, right? Okay.
Today it was RG&E's turn to answer questions on why the company needs a 12% hike in electric rates and 7% more for gas.
Luckily, no one was injured. What happened to the patient? They have a hard time now starting.
This is to preserve jobs of our members, yes, but to give the best possible telephone service at the lowest cost.
Good story, and nobody else had that.
To maintain a straight...
Well, he's got to establish...
The hearing began.
Might be ready to go out to...
No, I should be able to come out with one girl who will be willing. Now,